Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah. I am a librarian here at Middle Country Library, and this is my colleague,
Hi, I'm Nicole.
And we are actually doing a joint program with adults and teens for this Take and Make program because we would like to introduce you guys to something called bullet journaling. So for the adult program, it is called Bullet Journal for the New Year, a Take and Make program. And for teens, it's called
Bujo for teens.
And we'll explain what that means in a minute. But so everyone that signs up for this program gets the same things in their bag, which would be...
So you're going to get one of these.
One of these, yes.
You get your own journal.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get markers.
And markers, right. So it is as simple as that. Although some of the things that you should have at home to help you is a pencil, like with an eraser, and I found a ruler.
A ruler, yes, yeah. I like ruler. And if you can get a smaller one, because like sometimes these are like kind of small, so the long one might be a little bit cumbersome. But if you can find the little ones, sometimes they come in other planners that you might have gotten or something. Those are really helpful too.
Mm-hmm. So let's just go over briefly what a bullet journal is, which is in your packet. But for people who are really into bullet journals, they call them Bujo, which is bullet journal, the first two letters. So it is a highly personalized system of journaling, planning, and note-taking that can be tailored to each individual's needs, and like we said, it's fondly referred to as Bujo. So what that means is you can make something as simple as a very inexpensive composition book into your own planner, art journal, or even a diary with a planner aspect to it.
Yeah. Sometimes I found it's a little bit like you're not sure what you want to do exactly. So even if you use this as kind of to figure out what things you want to include in your bullet journal, or maybe you want like this to be a bullet journal for specific things, and you can, if people have more than one,
yes, you
can have like one for work, one for your personal, like art or something like that. So you can, there's so many different ways to do it, and it might be overwhelming at first, but keep going with it, keep trying new things, and you'll figure out what works for you.
And what's good about this is that, we provide you with a journal that you can mess around with. And then if you really like it, you can invest in a more heavy duty or more expensive journal.
And they make one specifically for bullet journaling with like nice, paper, like, thick paper and stuff like that. And with the grid, like you'll see like there's gridded paper on it. So it sometimes comes in handy.
So this is a little bit of both. We will show you. So you have the grid and then lined. So you can figure out what you want. Or blank. You can go with blank also. Right. So just go over what is actually in this little planner thing that we gave you. Planner for a planner. It just gives you some ideas about how you want to start off your bullet journal and what other people put in it. Just to launch your creativity. And it's not really something that you have to follow. So I know some people have a hard time being creative on their own because a lot of people are afraid that they will make a mistake or their artwork is not good enough. And just so you know, that some of these things are very simple to the very creative. You do not have to be artistic. You do not have to be overly creative with it. It's really just to help you plan your life out a little bit better, how you want it planned. Because sometimes you buy planners and it's like, I'm not happy with this. I spent so much money on this and it's not really what I want.
Right.
Or what's worse is you spend a lot of money on a planner and you don't use it for a few weeks or a month or whatever. And then you feel like you can't go back to it because so much is wasted. So with something like this, you actually can take a break and then get right back into it without missing a beat and feeling like, oh boy.
Yeah, there's no like wasted pages because if you like stop, you just start from where you stopped off. So there's no like wasted pages or anything like that where you might feel like, oh, look at all this wasted paper or whatever. Yeah, so that's helpful too, for sure.
Right. So, do you want to talk a little bit about how we approached our own bullet journal?
Yeah, and we did it differently.
Yes.
I think, yeah. So, because to be honest, I'm more of like, I'm very much on my like Google Calendar sort of situation. That's like where I keep my like personal like appointments and my work things. They kind of go into my Google Calendar. So for me, my bullet journal was about like habit tracking and tracking my television shows.
Right.
Because I'm big into Netflix shows, Amazon shows, and sometimes I'm like, what season am I up to on this one, or whatever. So that's kind of where my focus was on my bullet journal. So I did a table of contents though, which you might want to have. So I have like my Netflix tracker on pages 1 to 3, my Hulu, Amazon, and then some of my like my exercise tracking for like a habit tracker. And then it's really up to you. Like I said, I'm not like crafty at all, you know what I mean? So I just wrote like Netflix, and then I've been writing down my shows and the seasons that I've watched. And so I would skip though, like knowing that it's gonna, keep going, I would leave blank some pages. So I have like more pages to fill in, and then that's in my table of contents, like I said, pages 1 to 3. And then same thing for Hulu, and I did 4 to 5, and just like that. And then this is like my exercise tracker. It's very simple, weeks, the days, and then this is like the extent of my art abilities. I followed a tutorial and made a little banner. So that was like my approach, was more like hobbies and stuff like that.
Well, I did like a little bit of both. So I actually, if you see on the first page, I did a cover page, if you will. I didn't like it, so I just took a piece of paper and then covered what I did with a little bit of double-sided tape, and I did a reading log for the months. So, we were saying, do not ever feel like you have to do something and be stuck with it. You can easily just change it, because that's the beauty of this type of thing. So I have a reading log, and then what I did sort of by month. So I did October by the date, which I saw online, and it was a great idea. So I just did a little banner. And there are pictures in this little kit that you will get on how to draw a banner.
Right.
And then I just wrote down the month of the days, and then what I did that day briefly, just as a quick reference. And then an overview of the month of my goals that I wanted to do. And then I did a little calendar of the days, real simple. And then I personally really like music, so I like to do little soundtracks or playlists. So I just make one up for each month, and it's pretty much the same for each month. So again, November by the date, my November goals. And I started to do some habit tracking as well. So this one was how much cardio I did, and if I'm trying to spend less, like most people, so I did no spend days, and this is another playlist. And I did this same thing for December. I did a December by the days. Obviously, we're in mid-December now. So my December goals, and this is an exercise tracker.
So cute.
Yeah, so I made it look like little light strings. However, you can do it any way you want.
You can go bare bones, basic, or you can do more. It's very up to you. This is for you to have, to look at it. You don't necessarily have to share it with anyone. So.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And also, just so you know, this I traced it over. I did it in pencil first because no one is perfect. Yeah. And then if I made a mistake, I would just erase it, and then I trace it over with these pens that you got, which are really nice because they're extra fine. So just so you know, and then, December will be over soon. So I did a 2021, and then I did a yearly overview of important dates. And then I did, books, movies, and music that I would like, if I take note of and I want to read, I'll put it in here. And then I did, a habit tracker on how much I spend for the year. You can do, you don't have to do that. And then I started, my January. So I'm going to repeat the order I had it in, where I have the calendar, the month at a date, and then the playlist for the month. So that's just a little bit of what we did with our bullet journal. But we'll just show you quickly that we have some things about different monthly ideas. We also showed you different weekly. Some people break it up weekly.
Similar to like a planner that you might think of. So.
Right. And then, sometimes if you do want to habit track, some people get very specific.
Right.
Some people, just do very brief, with their tracking. But we just give you some ideas of things that you might want to just track or keep a tab on, And then And we'll just show you like different ways people set up their habit tracking.
Yeah, they're so creative.
And like Nicole said, you can be very creative, with
Or not.
illustrations, or very basic with just a little circle around it.
Yeah, and then like highlight it or something like that. Yeah.
And then there's plenty of that. And then we have some other ideas for school.
Yes, yeah. So for our teens or adults who are maybe in college, or anyone taking classes or in school, you can list out your like tests coming up or your class schedule, all those kinds of things. There's all different ways to.
Right. And that's really great because that's super customizable.
Yeah.
Right? So that's just some ideas. And then in the back, we have some illustrations on some of those embellishments that, like Nicole said, you do a banner and then just little things that you guys might like and go, how do I draw that?
Yeah.
So this, just little guide of different types that you can do and just follow. So.
And you can like get stickers. If you're at the dollar store, you see like cute stickers. Get stickers for it. Get if you want different colors and stuff like that. Get other, So you can dress it up however you want. Just the beauty of the bullet journal, how customizable it is for you.
So that was basically it. But we really just wanted to emphasize to not be scared of it.
I was scared.
Yeah. Well, it's daunting because you have a nice blank book,
right,
and you don't know where to begin, right?
Yes.
So the best and do not worry about making a mistake or it not looking pretty because you can always cover it up with another piece of paper, which I did.
Super smart. Yep.
Yeah. Or you can just easily rip it out because it's your own. It's not something you know what I mean. Yeah. It's not like a
planner. If you rip it out, you're not. It's not like you're taking off the pages on the back, like the days on the back of that page. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't gotten there yet, then you're fine. You can rip it out.
Right. So and that's like my big takeaway is don't be afraid. Try different things. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. And if for some reason you're really into it for a month and it helps you, that's great. And then you get busy or you get sidetracked and you don't do it for 2 weeks, that's fine. And you want to get back into it, that's okay too.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's my takeaway. I hope.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Like it probably will be more of like hobbies for me. Like that's definitely like where I'm leaning towards it. But it was fun. It's like a little bit therapeutic, like adult coloring books or things like that. You know what I mean? Like for me, like I liked using the ruler and drawing the line and making the grids and stuff. So even just doing that part was like nice for me. And I know some people as well use it as sort of a diary too. There's, you know what I mean? If you're gonna do a daily or a weekly spread, you might leave yourself a nice chunk to like write little like notes to yourself about how you felt that day or that week or some things that were really good for you or some things that you want to improve on. So you can use it as sort of like a more long form diary situation. You can kind of throw it in wherever you want to, which is nice. Yeah.
So we hope that you enjoy it and you get something out of it, and we hope you have a good New Year.